Hi, it's Angela again. In this video we'll look at whether or not you're ready to work on your own PR. As we saw in the previous video, PR can have many and varied benefits, but that's not to say it's for everyone. Before I work with people, I usually go through a checklist to see whether or not it's for them and also the timing is right. So here are 10 questions to ask yourself before you decide to work on your own PR. So 1. Are you clear on what exactly your business has to offer and how it stands out? In the last video, I said you may have a wonderful product or service, but if people don't know about you, well, you may not do much business. Conversely, if you have a product or service for which there is simply no demand, then it's unlikely PR will help. You may wish to test the market first on a small scale before investing too much time or money in PR or other forms of marketing. Are you clear on your why? As a motivational speaker and marketing consultant, Simon Sinek says, start with why. He asks, what's your purpose? Why do you do what you do? And he says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. I think it helps to show your passion and share your story. So here we have Stuart Redpath, who is a musician. And here is Mark Smillian, who's also a musician. Not only do they have music in common, but they have both seen the rapid decline of a family member due to dementia or Alzheimer's. Mark saw his gifted father deteriorate because of Alzheimer's, but he'd also see him light up again when his favourite music was played. And Stuart had become aware of the scale of dementia while following his son's study at the University of Bath, which involved a course for the Dementia Action Alliance. And so together, Mark and Stuart were inspired to create the Lydian Mind Harp, a tool which allows people to create their own music. They've since introduced it to care homes, and they've seen people with dementia engage with the music and interact with the people around them, having a long-lasting effect on their emotional well-being. So they've combined their passion for music and the desire to help people with Alzheimer's and dementia. Also consider if you have permission in place from the relevant people. If you're a security company, for example, do you have permission from your insurance company, and what information can you give out to the public? Also, if you're quoting someone else, do you have permission from them or their manager if it relates to their company? And also ensure that it's GDPR compliant. If in doubt, just check with the relevant people. Can you be found online? An article in the press is not like a paid-for advert, and it's unlikely they're going to share your contact details. So it's important that you can be found online and easily. Do you have a clear objective? It helps to know why you want to get press coverage. Is it to raise awareness of the work you're doing? Is it for the credibility of being in the press? Is it to get business leads? Or is it simply because you'd like to see yourself in a press article? It's all fine, but it helps if you know why before you set out. And are you comfortable with self-promotion? Not all of us are comfortable blowing our own trumpet, and doing your own PR will involve championing yourself and your activities. But on the bright side, as it tends to be in the third person, it will look like someone else is doing it for you. And are you comfortable sharing some personal details in the press? The press generally likes to build up a picture of somebody, so this may include their age or where they live. So just consider what you'd be comfortable sharing and also what you're not comfortable sharing. For example, I generally prefer to keep my family life private, but there was one occasion to raise awareness of Group B strep, which is a common cause of life-threatening infection in newborn babies, that I did share some personal information. I was clear of my objective, which was to raise awareness of the condition and encourage others to take a test and check anything out of the ordinary. Are you comfortable having your photo in the press? Again, the press generally like to include photos, and this can also help to give you greater coverage. And do you have the time to commit? Whether you decide to do it yourself or to hire somebody, you'll still need to put some time aside, either to carry out the interview, to read through the articles, or of course to write it yourself. It also helps if you can respond quickly to press requests. and also make sure you're available on the phone, for example, not just by email. And are you ready to put yourself out there? The truth is, not everybody is necessarily going to like what you do, and some people may even comment online. Once a story is in the public domain, it's difficult to take back. I personally did a piece once which featured in the Daily Mail, and there were nearly a couple of hundred comments, of which, well, maybe a couple were nice, and I think they were my friends. But I was clear again on my objective, and my client got lots of business from the article. And I got some pretty shoes. Generally speaking, most of the people I've worked with have had nothing but supportive and encouraging feedback, but it's something to be aware of. So, are you PR ready? Well, go through the questions and see if you can answer yes to all of them. And also consider what your objectives are and the potential benefits, and then you can decide if you're ready or if it's for you. And next time, we will look at if you're interesting enough for PR. Do you worry that you don't have a story worth sharing? Well, we will look at ways to find an article for you.